Hello, Days of Our Lives fans. It's the TV Days Drama Digest team once again, and today we're diving deep into a storyline that has everyone talking. The shocking accident that could potentially mark the end of Philip Kiriaki's tumultuous journey in Salem. As predicted, actor Jean-Paul Lavoisier is set to leave the role of Philip in May, and many have speculated that his departure will come at the cost of a dramatic exit, one that will surely leave viewers reeling. What happens to Philip? What role do the secrets he's been keeping play in this unfolding disaster? Let's break it down and explore every angle in detail, from Philip's hidden past to his dangerous entanglements, the rivalries that threaten him, and the violence that looms over him. The unraveling of Philip's secrets. Philip Kiriaki's life in Salem has always been filled with tension, mystery, and high-stakes drama, but recent events have taken things to a whole new level. For weeks, Philip has been operating under the radar, carefully concealing secrets that have the potential to ruin everything he's worked for. His connections to powerful figures and his complicated web of lies have kept him afloat, but recent revelations about his covert dealings have made it clear that Philip is on borrowed time. At the center of this drama is Philip's exposure. Though his secrets came to light in dramatic fashion, he has somehow managed to stay in control for now. His work at Titan Enterprises, once thought to be his safe haven, is now in jeopardy. Yet, surprisingly, he remains firmly entrenched in his position, continuing to execute his duties as though nothing has changed. It's almost as if he's waiting for the storm to pass, but anyone who knows Philip understands that storms like these don't just disappear, they intensify. Behind the scenes, Li Xin has been pulling the strings, making decisions that affect Philip's future. Li, an influential figure in the corporate world, has been working to secure Philip's place at Titan despite the chaos surrounding him. But why? Is Li simply looking out for his own interests, or is there something deeper at play? Philip, for all his flaws and machinations, is a powerful ally, and Li may understand that it's in his best interest to keep him on board. But keeping a man like Philip around in such turbulent times could have dangerous consequences. Philip's ability to remain standing after such a scandal speaks to his cunning, but it also suggests a man who is deeply entrenched in a world that's beginning to crumble around him. As we continue to watch, it's clear that the world Philip has built is one made of fragile alliances, and it won't take much to bring it all crashing down. The tension with Xander, a rivalry explodes. However, Philip's most immediate and dangerous rival is none other than Xander Cook. The enmity between these two men has been simmering for months, with both parties harboring deep grudges. Xander's disdain for Philip is not just rooted in business, it's personal. Philip's betrayal of Xander not only caused damage to his reputation, but also left Xander physically and emotionally scarred. To say Xander's anger toward Philip is intense would be an understatement. After all, it was Philip's actions that led to a brutal beating that left Xander hospitalized, an attack that cut to the core of Xander's pride. This isn't just a rivalry, it's a full-blown vendetta. Xander has been consumed by rage ever since, and it's only a matter of time before he takes matters into his own hands. But what about the charges hanging over Xander's head? He's currently facing allegations of stalking Philip, accusations that have further fueled his growing resentment. While Xander has every reason to loathe Philip, he's also walking a fine line. Is he truly responsible for the accident that has Philip in danger, or is there someone or something else at play? The tension between these two men is reaching a boiling point. Xander's rage is palpable, but is he the one behind the mysterious accident, or is Philip's involvement in a much darker plot pulling him closer to danger? The rivalry between these two is now about more than just personal grudges. It's about survival, and whoever comes out on top will shape the future of Days of Our Lives. Doug Williams and the Thugs, a dangerous web of deception. While Xander's hatred for Philip is undeniable, there are other forces at play that could be far more dangerous. One of the most unexpected twists in Philip's story is his growing connection to Doug Williams. For reasons unknown to most of Salem, Philip has been interacting with Doug, and he's even been covering for him in recent days. Doug, a man with a troubled past and a history of dealing with dangerous people, is in deep trouble, and it seems that Philip has become entangled in his mess. Doug is facing mounting pressure from some dangerous figures who are demanding money from him, and it looks like these creditors are far from forgiving. They're ruthless, and they won't hesitate to do whatever it takes to get what they want. Philip's involvement with Doug could very well be the final straw that puts him directly in harm's way. But how deep does this involvement go? Philip has been working behind the scenes to help Doug, even though he knows that getting mixed up with people like Doug's creditors is a dangerous game. These aren't just business partners or rivals. These are criminals with no morals or boundaries. Doug is in serious debt, and he's trying to cover his tracks, but Philip's help may only drag him further into the darkness. As the noose tightens around Doug's neck, it seems increasingly likely that Philip will find himself targeted by the same dangerous men who are pursuing Doug. These thugs are not the kind of people you want as enemies, and it's clear that Philip's involvement in this mess is leading him toward an inescapable fate. Whether it's because of his connection to Doug or simply because of his bad luck, Philip may soon find himself the victim of a violent confrontation that will change everything. Could this be the moment when Philip's luck finally runs out? The thugs chasing Doug have no hesitation when it comes to using force, and it's not hard to imagine Philip becoming their next victim. If that happens, it could mark the end of his journey on Days of Our Lives, and fans would be forced to say goodbye to a character who has been a constant presence on the show for years. The end of an era. Will Philip's exit be permanent? As we approach the end of May, Days of Our Lives fans are bracing themselves for the anticipated departure of Philip Kiriakis. Jean-Paul Lavoisier's portrayal of the character has been one of the highlights of the show for many years, but it's clear that his time is coming to an end. While there have been no official announcements confirming how Philip will exit, many fans believe that this accident could serve as the catalyst for his departure. But is this the end of Philip's story, or could there be a surprising twist in the works? Philip's storyline has been filled with deception, love, loss, and betrayal, and it seems fitting that his final chapter would be just as dramatic. Will he survive the accident, or is this the moment when his dark journey comes to a tragic end? If this accident truly marks the end for Philip, it will be a bittersweet farewell for fans who have watched him navigate the highs and lows of Salem life. However, given the unpredictable nature of Days of Our Lives, we wouldn't be surprised if there's more to this story than meets the eye. Conclusion: a legacy of betrayal, revenge, and redemption as we've seen throughout the years. Days of Our Lives thrives on drama, betrayal, and shocking twists. Philip Kiriakis' journey has been a prime example of all of these elements, and as his potential exit looms on the horizon, we are reminded of just how impactful his character has been. Whether he's navigating corporate intrigues, facing off against rivals like Xander, or becoming entangled in Doug's dangerous world, Philip has always been at the center of the action. But this accident? This might be the moment that changes everything. Whether it's the result of Xander's rage, Doug's debt collectors, or some other hidden danger, Philip's fate seems sealed. His time in Salem is winding down, and with Jean-Paul Lavoisier leaving the role, fans will have to say goodbye to one of the most complex and intriguing characters in Days of Our Lives. But as with all things in Salem, nothing is ever as simple as it seems. Will Philip survive this final crisis, or is this truly the end of his story? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: this is a farewell that will leave a lasting impact on the show and its fans. We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe TV Days Drama Digest for more updates on Days of Our Lives.